All right, let's dive into one of the most talked about and, yeah, most controversial books out there, Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power. So let's just get it out there right away. This book has a reputation. A lot of people see it as this cold, cynical playbook for getting ahead, no matter who you have to step on. But is that really all it is? The core idea in the source material is that these aren't just sneaky tricks for old-timey kings and courtiers. Nope. They're basically universal principles of how people interact. So our goal here isn't to judge them, it's to understand them as, well, as tools for navigating the social world we all live in. First up, let's talk about public image. Because, and this is a hard truth, the way people see you directly, and I mean directly, impacts how they treat you. So the real question is, how do you get in the driver's seat of that narrative? The absolute foundation of mastering your image, and honestly probably one of the most important laws in the whole book, is law number 5. This one it's just fundamental. The argument is that your reputation is the absolute cornerstone of your power. It's the first thing people learn about you, and it's definitely the last thing they forget. It walks into every room before you do and shapes the whole conversation. So how does this work today? Well, it's not about being fake. It's really about consciously building your personal brand. You do it with every single thing you do, being consistent, being reliable. But the real key here is being proactive. Don't just sit back and hope you get a good reputation. You have to actively build it. And this whole idea of shaping perception, it flows perfectly into our next example, which is Law 34. This is that classic act-as-if principle. The way you see yourself literally radiates outward. If you treat yourself with dignity and respect, guess what? Others are so much more likely to do the same. And what's amazing is how practical this is. It's really about the little things, how you look, your posture, your confidence. These aren't superficial. They're powerful signals that people read in a split second. If you just appear professional, you create this assumption of confidence before you've even opened your mouth. But here's the thing, managing your image is a real balancing act. I mean, look at these two laws. At first glance, they seem to totally contradict each other, right? But they're not contradictory, they're situational. The real skill is knowing when to hang back and make your boss look like a genius, and when to strategically step up and make sure your own hard work doesn't get ignored. It's all about social intelligence. Which is actually a perfect transition to our next section, that intricate dance of social dynamics. The most effective people, they don't just bulldoze everyone. They influence, they persuade, they win through people. So how in the world do you do that? How do you win through people? Well, a really key tactic for this kind of social chess is found in law number 9. Just think about it for a second. When was the last time you truly changed your mind because you lost an argument? Probably never, right? Arguments just make people dig in their heels, but showing them results, that's undeniable. It is the ultimate show, don't tell. So the crucial point here is that real, tangible results speak way louder than any debate ever will. And the real superpower, as the source material puts it, is when you can guide someone to your conclusion so skillfully that they actually think they came up with it themselves. That's how you get buy-in, not resentment. And this idea of avoiding arguments leads us straight to another really powerful tool, which is summed up perfectly by this quote. It's all about Law 4. Always say less than necessary. See, when you talk less, your words actually have more weight. You stop yourself from saying something dumb, and you create this space for other people to fill the silence. And they'll often reveal things they never would have otherwise. Okay, so we've covered image and we've covered interaction. Now let's zoom all the way out to the final piece of the puzzle, strategy. This is all about foresight, planning, seeing the entire chessboard. And the absolute cornerstone of this kind of long-term strategic thinking, oh man, it's captured perfectly in Law 29. Now, this sounds so simple, but it is incredibly profound. Most of us, we only plan 1, maybe 2 steps ahead. But real strategy means visualizing the absolute final outcome and then working your way backward from there, thinking about every possible obstacle. But the most important part of this whole process is the one that almost everyone forgets. Step 4. It's not just about reaching the goal. It's about planning for what happens after you succeed. What's next? How do you keep the momentum going? Thinking that far ahead, that's what separates the amateurs from the true strategists. And of course, a plan is totally useless without action. And that's Law 28. Once you've done your strategic thinking, you have to act, and act with conviction. Hesitating creates doubt, not just in yourself, but in everybody around you. Boldness, on the other hand, even if you make a mistake, that commands respect. So here we are, full circle, right back at that central question we started with. Are these laws, are they good or are they evil? The source material is actually crystal clear on this. The laws themselves, they're neutral. They're just observations about how people work. Think of it like a hammer, right? You can use it to build a house, or you can use it to smash a window. The morality isn't in the tool, it's in the hands of the person using it. And that leaves us with the final and really the most important question of all. Understanding these dynamics, it gives you a choice. You can use this knowledge to be more aware, more effective, and just a better navigator of your own life. So, the real question is, how will you choose to use it?